Hello and welcome to Motorsports Radio. Welcome racing fans, home of Motorsports Talk MR1 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing on Sunday. Now for the Motorsports Radio breakdown, a crazy doubleheader Sunday, second doubleheader in a row. We had that doubleheader last weekend at Dover and another doubleheader this weekend. Friday night's Xfinity Series race and Saturday night's Sprint Cup race postponed to Sunday due to that crazy weather from Hurricane Matthew. Pole sitter. So the Bank of America 500, 334 laps, 500 miles. Pole sitter Kevin Harvick, Alex Bowman started in second, Chase Elliott third, Kyle Busch fourth, Tony Stewart started in fifth. Green flag drops at 12:05 p.m. Eastern time with the 4, 8, 24, 18, and the 14 in the top 5 starting positions. And not a drop of rain in sight starting the second round of the chase, the round of 12, a night race originally. Now a Sunday race down in Charlotte, the epicenter of NASCAR, as a goal now for this and the next 2 weeks is to get up into the top 8 in the championship standings. Kevin Harvick quickly making a breakaway, giving himself some distance between the number 4 and the rest of the field. The top 5, lap 5, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, Tony Stewart. It was 0.7 of a second at lap 5, so it was a little bit of a gap, but then they started catching up a little bit, but it was a 1.2 second lead on Chase Elliott at lap 7. Southern State Showdown down in Charlotte. Showdown for the lead between Harvick and the rookie Chase Elliott. At lap 12, Chase Elliott's 24, passing Harvick's number 4 car for the lead at turn 4. Chase Elliott now in front with a 1.1 second lead on now second place. Kevin Harvick grew to a 1.5 second lead at lap 15. Chase Elliott still without a win in the Sprint Cup Series. Lap 19, top 3, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, who's now in second. Kevin Harvick drops down to third, but Chase Elliott now with 2.5 seconds on now second place, Kyle Busch, and it's Kyle Rowdy Busch chasing the Rookie of the Year candidate, Chase Elliott. And then after 25 laps or so of green flag racing, we get caution number 1. Now this was a competition caution, the first yellow of the day, back to green at lap 31. Chase Elliott still in the lead. 2 penalties, however, during this caution. The number 22, actually 3 penalties, the 22, the 43, and the 20, all for crew over the wall too soon. 22, Joey Logano, 43, Eric Almirola, and number 20, Matt Kenseth, who already, in addition to getting popped the guys over the wall too soon, had to start the race in the rear due to an unapproved body adjustment. Chase Elliott maintaining his lead coming out of this restart. Alex Bowman climbs up to third, Harvick down to 5th, top 5, lap 35. Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, and Kevin Harvick, 24, 18 to 88, 47, and the 4. Just 0.8 of a second lead on Kyle Busch, which would grow to 1.5 seconds at lap 40, and then a full 2 seconds at lap 45. As the 24 starts getting into some lap traffic, now 40 plus laps in this 334 lap race. It's the first inning in the grand scheme of things, but still, at lap 51, that 24 car had a 3 second lead now on Kyle Busch. A 24 Chevrolet putting 3 seconds on a number 18 Toyota. Question number 2, lap 63, a wreck involving the 88 and the 13 on the outside of the 88. 80 on the inside, 88 Alex Bowman, 13 Casey Mears, 88 having some tire issues, and in turn turns into the 13, and next to the 13, the wall. Restart at lap 71. Now, Brent Keselowski's team, number 2 team, gets popped for crew over the wall too soon in this caution. This round of pit stops during this yellow. Restart at lap 71. Race leader Chase Elliott still. Kevin Harvick up to second. Carl Edwards now up to third. And thanks to a race off of pit road. 24, 4, and the 19 now in the top 3. Kyle Busch, he'll drop down to 4th with that 18 car. Top 5, lap 75. Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, and in 5th, Kyle Larson. And Truex Jr. at this moment was in 14th. Truex Jr., who won last week's race. Chase Elliott's lead half a second on Kevin Harvick at lap 75, 1.2 seconds at lap 85. And then Kyle Busch down in pit road, the 18 car just slows down. The tire issue, he had some tire issues on the 18 car on Sunday. This makes way for Joey Logano to move up to 4th. Kyle Busch drops down to 31st. Also a lap down. There were actually 30 cars on the lead lap at this point. Top 5. At lap 95, we have Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson. And Chase Elliott with 2-second lead at lap 97. Lap 99, that lead would be 2.9 seconds. And now the completion of the first 100 of this 334-lapper top 5. And I thought that, that's all right, but it took a little while for this race to pick up excitement, I thought. But top 5, lap 105, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, and Jimmy Six-Time Johnson in 5th. I wonder if, because everyone was looking for a nighttime race this weekend, if the switch over to the daytime race kind of took a little bite out of it a little bit. But, obviously some crazy weather this weekend, so beyond anyone's control, really. But they still got it in, and we got a double. 800 miles of racing, 500, and then 300 from the Xfinity Series after this, which was even crazier. So here we go, top 5, lap 105. Okay, we just did that. Then at lap 110 or so, we have a first round of green flag pit stops, and that fuel fire for the 19 team, crew member gear on fire, so they had to shoot him with the fire extinguisher. I should be laughing, but it wasn't too bad. Obviously, getting on fire is bad, but they got it out before it got crazy. And so it's 22-48, the 11 and top 3 now. Joey Logano in front now. Jimmy Johnson second, Denny Hamlin in third, lap 116, still in this round of green flag pit stops. Tony Stewart popped for speeding on pit road. And just when I think I jinxed my guy, the 22 car, Joey Logano, and as soon as I wrote this down that the 22 got into the lead, this is what happened. 22 into the wall. Joey Logano, outside wall. Logano, who last year won all 3 round of 12 races, which they called last year was the contender round. Then they gave I guess they scrapped the naming on the rounds because last year was the challenger round, the contender round, and then the round of 8, which they called the elimination round. But now they're just going round to 12, so they're switching a little bit. So Logano into the outside wall. Tire goes down, which in turn sent the 22 spinning. So we go back to green at lap 125, the third restart. Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, Burt Keselowski in the top 3. Logano would drop down to 8th. Chase Elliott down to 9th. Carl Edwards 10th, and Kevin Harvick running in 7th. A battle for the lead. Jimmy Johnson and Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin then getting by Jimmy Johnson to become the new race leader. Top 5, lap 125. Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Burt Keselowski, Chris Buescher in 4th, and then 5th it was Clint Boyer. The race landscape completely shuffled now after this third restart. Denny Hamlin, a Motorsports Radio Championship for probable. Hamlin in front, Jimmy Johnson, fast and furious in second, looking to get back into that lead. And now the excitement level goes up a notch. A Toyota, Chevy, Ford, top 3, 11, 48, and the 2. Top 5, lap 145. Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Burt Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Greg Biffle. But then Biffle, he heads into pit road. And popped for speeding on pit road, which is crazy. However, Chase Elliott now up in 5th. And then we get question number 4. Joey Logano into the wall again, lap 155, 156 or so. Significant trouble for the double 2. Restart, and this is where Kevin Harvick started having some issues. And I was just watching Race Hub before I came in here today. It's a battle between Race Hub and NASCAR America because they're both on at the same time. Interesting. But the 4, turns out he was having some power issues, and it turned out it was a oil pump bearing that gave way, and the computer apparently cuts down the power when it senses that there's not enough pressure coming in there. So that was the issue on with the number 4 car. And then the 18 car, uncontrolled tire and crew over the wall too soon. So there you go. But we go back to green at lap 162. Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson in the top 2. But Keselowski in his number 2 car into second right after this restart. Which I think he restarted in third. So now we got the 11, the 2, and the 48 in the top 3 now. But then Jimmy Johnson takes back second, so now it's the 11th the 48 and the 2 again. So the top 5, lap 165, we have Denny Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, Bart Keselowski, Chase Elliott, who worked his way up to 4th, Jamie McMurray in 5th, 4 chasers and 1 non-chaser. Then we get to the race halfway mark, which would be at lap 167. Jimmy Johnson still trying to pass Denny Hamlin. The 48 after the 11, and some nitty-gritty now. And at lap 176, 6-time Johnson finally gets back into lead. And a little slip-in slide by Bart Keselowski allows Chase Elliott to climb back into 3rd. So now we have the 48, the 11, and the 24 up there in the top 3. Then Joe Gibbs Toyota sandwich in by 2 Hendrick Chevrolets. Jimmy Johnson putting 1 second lead on Denny Hamlin. And now the 11 going after that 48 until Chase Elliott gets up into 2nd. So now we have the 24 after the 48 at lap 190. Jimmy Johnson, 1.5 second lead. 1.5 seconds on Chase Elliott. Top 5 lap 195, Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Bart Keselowski, and Ryan Newman. Jimmy Johnson getting into lap traffic, looking to break the winless gap for both himself and Hendricks Motorsports. Then at lap 213, a second round of green flag pit stops. Kyle Busch, race leader, for 1 lap until he comes into pit, as the shuffling of the positions cycle through this green flag pit cycle. And after coming out into pit, Jimmy Johnson coming out to pit and coming back in, Jimmy Johnson back in the lead, Chase Elliott back in 2nd, Denny Hamlin back in 3rd, and Jimmy Johnson at lap 219 with a 1.8 second lead on Chase Elliott. But then we get question number 5, and this is for debris on the front stretch and the restart zone. Back to green at lap 237 with the 48, 24, and the 11 still up front. Truex Jr. in 4th now, and in 5th, Bart Keselowski. Restart lap 237 inside the last 100. And all of a sudden, Martin Truex Jr. takes 2nd. Chase Elliott comes down to 3rd. So now we got the 48, the 78, and the 24 in the top 3. And it looked like maybe Truex Jr. could win a second one in a row. But now Denny Hamlin's down to 6th. Keselowski down in 7th. And then at lap 245, top 5, Jimmy Johnson, Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth. And then we get a yellow flag for the 6th time at lap 252 for AJ Allmendinger's 47 into the wall, banged up pretty bad into the wall at turn 2. Restart lap 258. Jimmy Johnson in 1st. Austin Dillon now riding in 2nd. Truex Jr. in 3rd, and this is one to pay attention to because this is what led to the big banger up out of this restart. Okay, and here we go. A crazy wreck coming off this restart. Austin Dillon gets contacted by Truex Jr., and Austin Dillon's number 3, and a bunch of others start spinning. The 3-car spins and winds up going into the inner pit road wall. Now, there's no infield wall at Charlotte, so he went in and hit the pit road wall right at the exit of pit road, and a whole bunch of cars, the 3, then the chain reaction, the 78 trying to push the 3, just watching this on Race Hub, there was a bunch of cars around the 3 car that got 4 tires, and the number 3 car got 2 tires, so that could have led to this incident. Needless to say, this would bring out question number 7, but a whole bunch of cars involved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars just spinning, getting out of the way, and bumping each other. It was the 3 to 24, 27, 1, 16, 18, 19, 21, 41, the 44, and the 78. Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Paul Menard, and Jamie McMurray, Garrett Biffle, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Brian Scott, and Martin Truex Jr. Chase Elliott, who was frantically trying to get his first win on Sunday, this would actually bring out a red flag for a little while. Then we get back to yellow and then back to green at lap 266, 48, 11, and the 31 now in the top 3, Johnson, Hamlin, Newman. Sprint Cup drivers who, they pretty much had a clean track, although they were saying there was some rubber on it because they had some rain in Charlotte, but definitely laying down some rubber for the following Xfinity Series race. Top 5, lap 275, we have Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth, and Martin Truex Jr. in 5th. All right. 281, lap 281, Matt Kenseth moves up to 3rd.